There are a number of reasons actually why someone will become an agent, and you're right, it is to a large degree a life of a slave, and who'd want to do that? And so when we look at history, there's a number of reasons why individuals or families actually did this. So we see due to rivalries, someone may be prepared to become an agent ruler because it will give them power. So we see across the Middle East, many tribes, they used to fight each other. And what they did was they turned to a global power in order for them to be in power. So they're prepared to implement the agenda of that foreign power as long as they can remain in power. So a couple of examples, this is the Kurds in Syria, the Kurds in Iraq. They literally have rolled over for America and they implement America's agenda, but in return that's their way of getting into power. So although they don't really have full power yet, you have the Kurdistan government in Iraq. That wouldn't be possible unless they were agents to America. And now we're seeing in Syria as well, they effectively control the northern areas of Syria because they've been working with America. Another example is Benazir Bhutto. She grew up in Pakistan, went and studied in America, and she put herself out for services to America, that I'm a better option for you. If you support me to power, I will be a good investment for you. I'll implement your agenda, you can rely on me. So in these examples, because these individuals wanted power, they saw the best way to get power was to have the backing of a global power. So nobody can really challenge you internally now because you're backed by that power. In other cases, we see safety, for example, in coup-prone nations or countries with an international struggle, a family and a ruler may turn to a foreign power in order to remain in power. And probably the best example, this is the Gulf states, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Oman. You find all of these tribes, that's what they were originally, they turned to the British in order to get into power. But these tribes used to all fight each other. And that's why the MBZ family in UAE, the Saud family in Saudi, the Al-Sabah family, the Khalifa family, all of these Gulf states, in order for them to be safe and secure, they turned to a foreign power, and the foreign power returned the favor by putting them into power. So as long as they implement the foreign power's agenda, the foreign power is more than happy to back them. And the third and probably the final example is sometimes there could be a reward by a foreign power to put you in power. And the best example of this is the Hashemites in Jordan. They fought against the Ottoman Caliphate, the famous Lawrence of Arabia's story. Who was he working with? He was working with these Hashemites. And their reward was they were given two nations in the end. They were given Jordan and they were given Iraq. In Iraq, the family got overthrown in the end. But in Jordan, the Hashemites are still in power. So the reason why anyone would want to become an agent, live a life of a slave, is because this is a route to power. It's a way to remain safe in areas which are unstable, or it could actually be a reward.